there's policies and training and hopefully a good hiring process that you pick, mature professional people that follow policies.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah. Training's a big part of it. I think is, we've talked about equipment. Training's the other big part of it. And like customer service training, leadership training, understanding that there is a perception of this type of work and this type of field. Like, we just need to be open to all those sorts of different type of variables from the outside looking in, not just internally. So I think it's, we need to look at, individually what our agency is trying to accomplish, but how we can still blend that together. Never once when I was in the military did they give us, so obviously totally different job, different environment, but believe it or not, we got our armored vehicles. I'm in full kit. I got, racks of ammo, the whole deal, right? We're doing raids, we're doing patrols, we're kicking into, we're doing all this stuff. And you know what? They still give you like these translation cards. They still like give you all this stuff to provide some amount of like human connection with that. You know what I mean? Like they still educate you and give you training on like local customs. Hey, this is what's going on. These are the trends that we see. Like, we can do that in code. Like, you can give people equipment and training and like still be successful. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, it's kind of a stretch of a connection, but like it doesn't have to be so black and white.
That was a great connection.
So
I completely agree with you that I personally would challenge anybody with that idea.
You hear that? Come at them. Everybody come fight them now.
Well, I agree with what you're saying, which is if you were to put me in almost, full uniform with an external vest where it gives that impression, put me at somebody's front door, and I won't let that impede on our relationship building with that resident.
Yes,
it's not what you're wearing, it's your presence, it's your customer service, it's how you hold yourself. And the only people that might have an issue with that are people that already have that pre-existing kind of hatred or feeling against law enforcement images. Yeah. But having something on you like a can of pepper spray or a police radio, that should not change your relationship. No. It's how you hold yourself as an employee.
Yeah.
So I think, like you said, you could be a soldier in full equipment, but you could still go to a door and translate and try to talk to people. Damn. That's the same concept. So, yeah, that was a great connection.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it might be a little stretch looking back at it, but, they do this, there's a piece to it like, hey, you're coming into someone else's country. We're going into someone else's kingdom here, asking about unpermitted construction. Hey, we got this violation. Like, dude, that's their realm. You're here just doing your job and letting them know this is what you can and what you can't do, and maybe the possibility. So you got to be mindful of that. And we've talked about that before. All that equipment, all that stuff does not change who you are. If you're a butthead, you're probably going to be more of a butthead. Right? That's just the nature of the beast. So, I don't know.
And I think that's leads on to that whole other discussion we've always talked about, which is, I think, even more importantly on the national level for our profession is to grow this profession in that positive light that we care about improving our community, building that relationship. We're not here to, belittle or penalize residents for what they can do on their private property and their, constitutional rights. We're here to try to, work with them to solve a problem and see what we legally can do. And I just saw an article shared the other day of a city out in Georgia that cleaned up a property of a 90-something-year-old woman.
I saw that.
That's what we're focused on as a profession, is those highlights, that work connecting to the community, because we're cleaning up the properties, we're helping our neighbors, and that's awesome. But doesn't mean that we're not still subject to being threatened or assaulted from that one crazy person. Yeah. We have good hearts. We have good people in this job. It's a tough job, but we also have to stay safe. And you touched on it a little bit earlier, but just even the training and the mindset, and just keeping your mind always thinking about every inspection, every interaction, just how's their body language, how are they acting to me, are they coming off aggressive, are they disagreeing with me that, you know, now they're getting confrontational, and don't go toe to toe, like you said about buttheads. You got buttheads that, you know, they see somebody mouthing off, they're going to start going toe to toe with that guy, and when you should de-escalate and try to walk out and say, you know what, sir, you know, let me go back to the office, do some more research. I'll give you a call, you know, with a good answer.
I don't know
and
why.
Get the heck out of that. I mean, don't become a butthead.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we'll title this one, Don't Become a Butthead. You know, and if you are a butthead, please contact Breaking and Change Consulting.
Oh, yeah, Jim will have good advice.
Good advice for your butthead.
God.
No, like, we talk about this about, guys, I lost my train of thought now. Okay, no, that's where I was going to go. Like, I don't know, part of the safety thing is we don't need to stand there and argue with people. Why do every agency I go to,
there's no point.
There's somebody there that's like always willing to just stand their ground and have to have the last word. Like, grow up. You're not 8 years old. Your mom didn't hug you enough. You know, your siblings, you know, put your toothbrush in the toilet when you're 10.
Ouch.
And, you know, like, forget all that. Like, why are you arguing with people? And why do you have to have the last word? You're a grown adult arguing with this brand new property owner that has no idea what's going on, or someone that's lived at this property for 80 years, longer than you've been on this planet, and you're 20-something years old, think you're some young buck doing this and that, and you're going to sit there and argue with this guy. Like, why? Don't be stupid. That's no point.
And that shouldn't be the part
that's my what was a PSA for the...
Yeah, the PSA.